Ever felt like someone is undermining your reality or manipulating your perceptions? You might have experienced gaslighting or other manipulative tactics. These tactics can be subtle and insidious, designed to erode your confidence and distort your perception of reality. But what exactly are these tactics and how do they work? Let's start with gaslighting. Imagine someone persistently denying your experiences or emotions, insisting that events didn't happen the way you remember, or even questioning your sanity. That's gaslighting in a nutshell. It's a manipulative tactic that works to twist and warp your sense of reality. The ultimate aim? To undermine your confidence in your own perceptions and memories. It's a tactic often used by individuals who seek to control or abuse others, and it can be incredibly damaging. Next, let's talk about projection. You've probably come across people who refuse to take responsibility for their actions, instead blaming others for their mistakes or shortcomings. This is projection, a defense mechanism where individuals displace their negative traits or behaviors onto someone else. It's like a psychological mirror, reflecting their own flaws onto you. Then we have generalizations. This is when someone takes your words or actions and blows them out of proportion, making sweeping statements that distort your original meaning. It's a tactic often used to deflect attention from their own actions or to undermine your arguments. Moving the goalposts is another common manipulative tactic. This is when someone continuously changes their expectations or demands, making it impossible for you to meet them. It's a tactic designed to keep you in a state of constant uncertainty and self-doubt. Finally, we have the tactic of changing the subject. It might seem harmless at first, but in the hands of a manipulator, it's a clever way to dodge accountability or to steer the conversation in a direction that suits them. These tactics can be subtle and insidious, making it hard to recognize them, but understanding them is the first step towards countering their effects. Now that we understand what these tactics look like, how do we protect ourselves and counteract their effects? First, let's talk about generalizations. Manipulators often use this tactic to distort what you say, making blanket statements that ignore the nuances of your argument. They're not interested in understanding your perspective. Instead, they paint everything in broad strokes to suit their narrative. The best way to counter this tactic is to hold on to your truth. Recognize that these generalizing statements are forms of illogical thinking and don't let them sway your understanding of reality. Next, we have the tactic of moving the goalposts. This is a favorite among abusive narcissists and sociopaths. They're never satisfied, no matter how much evidence you provide or how many of their demands you meet. They'll always expect more, shifting the goalposts to keep you in a state of perpetual deficiency. But here's the secret. You don't have to play their game. Validate and approve of yourself. Know that you are enough and that you don't have to constantly prove yourself to anyone. Finally, we come to the tactic of changing the subject. It might seem harmless, but in the hands of a master manipulator, it's a powerful tool to avoid accountability. They'll reroute discussions to benefit themselves, steering clear of any topic that holds them accountable. To counter this, try the broken record method. Keep bringing the conversation back to the relevant issue, no matter how many times they try to change the subject. These tactics can be subtle and insidious, but recognizing them is the first step towards countering their effects. Ground yourself in your reality, resist generalizing statements, validate your own worth, and keep the conversation focused on the issue at hand. Recognizing and understanding these tactics empowers you to resist manipulation and hold your ground. Remember, you have the right to your perceptions and emotions. Don't let anyone take that away from you.